This is my Nissan 300Zx twin turbo. That's the gearbox I just took out of it. And this, fucking uncomfortable. So first of all, we got some brake cleaner. We got some stuff that needs cleaning. And all the residue from when the valve covers leaked, which I couldn't get to because the gearbox was in the way. Well, I've given that a clean up with the brake cleaner. I'm not going to call it clean, but I'm going to call it cleaner. So what I've got to do now is get this retaining plate off here, because this holds in the rear main seal, and it also compresses down this rubber half moon, what's kind of disintegrated, which is the problem. Now, in order to do so, there are 4 bolts up here, and also a couple of dowels that this sits onto. So basically I'm going to take these 4 bolts off, and then you've got to prise it off the dowels. I may have to scrape some RTV out of here, depends if there is any in. Then that should come off. Yep, so cleaning this is a waste of time. I'm going to get WD all over it. So these are a 10mm, and I'm betting they're going to be tight. No, they're not. These are the loosest thing on this car so far. Yep, loose, and loose. Oh. Yes. So I've got a bit of RTV in here which I need to get out somehow. Not a lot. Yeah, that's gone in there. And a bit up here somewhere. Feel it. There she is. So that's the RTV out of there. So here she is, and this here is what's left of the rubber pad seal. It kind of pushed in towards the pan, and yeah, well, it's old, knackered. So next, got to get this main seal out of here. I haven't quite got a plan for that just yet. I'm going to make one. That's not it. Yep, neither is that. Well, that one ain't going back in. Coming out anytime soon either. Feels like it's made of blooming metal. So this has got a metal piece inside the rubber there. So what I had to do is I had to get the angle grinder, very carefully cut it but not cut that. I decided to do it at the top because obviously if it is going to leak, that's it's not going to leak from up there as much as it's from down there. Then what I did is I hammered the screwdriver in where I cut it, and now I can prise that out. So yeah, what you get with this is a gasket, and it's still on it, so I'm going to get rid of that. Well, there you go, that's all cleaned up. Gasket took off with the knife and also some 1500 sandpaper. So now it's time to get that into that. There you go, done. So yeah, we've got to push that into there. Yep. Yeah, it's not quite going in, and it also has to come all the way back to these. Oh, it's in upside down. Only kidding. So, yeah, that's back to there. That's back to there. That's back to there. That's back to there. Yeah. I surprised myself. That went a lot easier than I thought it was going to. Maybe it's because it's a warm day today and it's helped with the rubber. So next, that's got to go in that. If we look on here, there is a little notch there, and on there there's a little notch, so that should line up with that, and it should just nicely press in. So hopefully, again, that went easier than most things on this car do. So I've basically scraped off a little bit of gasket what was left on there, gone over it with some sandpaper. It's very awkward because it's very awkward to get the right angle on it, and I've just gone over with some more brake cleaner just to make sure all the mating surfaces are clean. Then what we got here is a gasket for there from the Z Centre. So it's a paper gasket, and we're going to use little dowels to line that up. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter which way around it goes, it seems to be the same on both sides. So yeah, that's there. Then we're just gonna pop this in. Yeah. So yeah, what you have to do is kind of get it on the dowels and press it down at the same time, which is basically apparently impossible. So yeah, good luck to me. Yeah, definitely good luck to me. Yeah, that's going well. So yeah, what you got to try and do is get these to go around here, and that to go in there, and that popping out there, and without the gasket falling off, and get it on the dowels. So what you can do is you have to kind of pinch this thing in as you go. You get one dowel in and then one bolt in, and then you sort of try and push it down and work your way around at the same time to get the next one in. what I need to do here is pull that down towards there and knock it back at the same time. So apologies, didn't film that. It was an absolute arsehole. So basically what you have to do is get the bottom in first and then line up the top sort of, and you get your screwdriver and you put it in there and you push it up like that, and then you whack it with a hammer and it goes on the dowel. And then you do the same that side, and then you put these bolts in loosely, and then you tap with a hammer here, get it all squared up so everything's flush, then torque these two up and then torque those two up. And also when you put your screwdriver in here to do that, use the screwdriver, don't use a file like that, because I did that and as you see the tip is missing and it was in the thread, but luckily I have a welding magnet and I got it out. So I got the dust guard thing which I've cleaned up sort of, with a brake cleaner. Basically these two holes are closer together, I think. No, these two holes are closer together down here. They go there. So this rubbery seal, which part of it's missing, obviously goes towards the pan, I think. And it'll sit on a dowel there, and then over this side and get on with one hand on a dowel there, like that, and they line up. So I got the flywheel here. This is the back of the flywheel. I've cleaned the back of the flywheel, cleaned the front of it whilst it's on. You will notice there's a little circular mark there. That, I believe, lines up with that. So what I've done is I've kind of put it there so I can flip that way. This one's going to be basically the top bolt, what's going to go in there. I'm probably not going to feel putting that on because it's really heavy. Well, there you go, flywheel back on. I'm going to torque those up shortly. First of all, going to get a clean with some brake cleaner. So to torque up these bolts, what I've done is I've put a transmission bolt into the block, and then I'll use one of these pressure bolts here and put a spanner between them. So what'll happen is that'll try and turn, and that will push against that and it won't be able to turn, which means I'll be able to get leverage on those. And these, I think 89 torque, so I've just put 90. Yeah, that one is done. So there you go, all torqued to spec, which they weren't last time. So next got to put the clutch in there, and then the pressure plate over the clutch. Now I looked at the photos before I took it off, and that bit faces out towards the gearbox, which means that basically that bit there is facing the engine. And what you need to do is align it. So what you get is a clutch alignment tool. So obviously that will go through there, like so, and align that. And then we're going to put that into there, but obviously you can see it goes like that. But that's where these come in. There's all different sizes, so you find the size what fits the hole up there, put it on the end of there, so basically you're fitting into the end of the crank, and you're also fitting on the clutch, so basically it's in the middle when you put the pressure plate on, which means that the gearbox will line up in there, hopefully. So I've found one that fits. That's on the end of there, as you can see, that goes in there. So we've put the little thing in the hole so that it's inside the rear end basically, and this obviously goes like that. So as you tighten that, it'll centre it thereabouts, like so. So I've given the pressure plate a clean with the brake cleaner. Obviously when we put it on, we'll get the other side once it's up there. As you'll see, you've got two holes close together there, and then if you go basically there, same again, the same again up there. If you look up here, you've got dowel there, it's going to be run right up there, and there's one down there. So basically we've got to get that down there to line up where there's dowels. Well, it's sort of, albeit where's a struggle. There is 3 dowels and there is 3 positions you can put the dowels in. Obviously if you put it in, it doesn't work, you have to rotate it to the next one and try that. Or if you want a shortcut, it's the 3rd one. It's always the 3rd one. So what you do is once you get a dowel in, you basically put a bolt in next to that dowel, and give the other one a little whack, get a little bolt in like next to that one, and then whack that one and it's in next to that one. And then what you got to do is, because this will move about anyway, is hold that in the middle and tighten all the bolts. Well, that's all those pressure plate bolts all torqued up to 44 Newton meters of torque. So that now is ready to accept the gearbox. What else we've got to do? Yeah, there is a bolt, not this side, round that side, which sheared off when I took it off, so I've got to find that, drill that out. On this down pipe, there's a little bit of stud that I need to cut short with the angle grinder under the car. Yeah, that's going to be fun, so I can get the nut on it, and I need to find 2 nuts for this one here. Not so yellow now, are ya? Yeah, that might be a problem. Oops. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one where I work out what I've done with that, and then I'm going to put that back in that.